Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're looking at the Neca Leonardo vs Shredder 2-pack. Now obviously this is from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, it's from the 1980s series, which I don't know as well as the 2003 series. So a lot of what I'm going to say will be coming from that series. I would love it if we could get action figures based on that series, but I think that is a long way off. That series doesn't seem to get much love, especially in comparison to the 1980s series. But you know, that's fine. The 1980s is where most of the nostalgia comes from, and I think we're a little bit off the 2003 generation being the primary demographic for the collectors of this sort of action figure. So, you know, I'll just bide my time and wait until I get my, you know, really badass Shredder. I mean, the one that had the Utrom inside him, the cybernetic Shredder, that is where Shredder is at for me. So, this guy who had a more comedic, funny appearance and demeanor in the 1980s show, he's not really my jam. I prefer my dude with no cape in big fuck-off scary armor, but I can take this Shredder because he is a fantastic looking figure, and I'll take this Leonardo, who's pretty close to the 2003 incarnation. He still looks badass, he's still a solid figure, he's just not quite there yet, and I believe his character was not as well developed in the 1980s show as it was in 2003, where he was arguably the main character of the Turtles. He at least had the most solid development as a character, and I think it's appropriate that he's been released fighting the Shredder, because Leo v Shredder is the sort of iconic dynamic, just because Leo's, you know, the stoic leader of the Turtles. So I'm 100% behind the idea of this. I might not know what all the accessories are, because again, it's not the series I grew up watching, but overall, I am really digging this 2-pack. So, diving into articulation, both figures are very well articulated, though both sadly aren't perfect. Leo, he's got good bicep swivel, good, decent shoulder bend, nothing to write home about it though, there we go. Wrist swivel, can do close to, yeah, he can do the splits, but he doesn't have shin swivel, and he doesn't have thigh swivel. So he's missing some pretty, you know, important leg. He's got decent motion on the ankle, nothing to write home about though. Some mild ankle pivot, but again, not great. Head on a ball joint, can't really look up, can't really look down. And yeah, that's it for him. So he can move as well as you need him to. He can move like a turtle. Maybe not a ninja turtle, but you can get decent poses out of him. As you can see, Shredder has a bit more articulation to him. He's got the bicep swivel, he's got wrist swivel, double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. He has thigh swivel, yeah, shin swivel as well. Again, not great ankle pivot. Head on a ball joint, can't really look up or down. So, oh, sorry, Leo. So yeah, not spectacular articulation, but, you know, good enough, I would say. So if you're in it for, you know, super articulation, maybe go the SH Figure Arts Leo. But again, I don't think they do a Shredder, so this is really the best Shredder we have. He's a good Shredder. He looks great. The paintwork, I'll get in close. You can see they're doing bold lines all over to really simulate the cartoony appearance of them both. And it does well. They look great. And very much suit the aesthetic of the show. So they've done that well. So that's a 5 out of 5 in terms of accurately capturing their appearance. Articulation's only a 3.5, I'd say. They're missing some really important ones to really boost them up a few more notches. Accessory-wise, I'll show them in the pictures, but you come with, I believe, Leo's turtle communicator, and then Shredder has a communicator that's got Krang's face on it, and then he's also got extra hands, an extra sword. Leo has extra hands, and the canister of ooze from, I think, the second Ninja Turtle movie that turns him into like a mutant Shredder. But again, I'll show those all in the coming up pictures. Yeah, I'm actually at a bit of a loss in terms of what else to talk about with these guys. It's a pretty straightforward pack. If you like the Ninja Turtles, particularly the 1980 series, I'd say this is an essential buy unless you really want high articulation. It's good value. I found mine on eBay for a steal, and It is a bit rare to come across now and hard to find, which is a bummer. So, you may have to just buy all 4 at once. Oh, Shredder's balance is not the best due to that lack of ankle swivel. Overall, I'm going to have to give this a 3.5. I think it's good, but it's not great. And yeah, I think I'd prefer a 2003 Incarnation version, as I said, but this is good for the 1980s fans. It's not perfect, but it's a solid entry. And, one of the nicest things we have. Leo can actually sheathe his swords as well, which is another neat addition, which I'll show in the pictures that are coming up. In fact, I'll do that now. One moment. Alright folks, and there you have it, a very fun 2-pack, though it suffers from the all too familiar problem now of they can't hold a lot of their accessories. Like, I wanted to take pictures of them holding them, but Leo can't hold his communicator, Shredder can't hold the canister. I'll admit, I didn't really try the Kang thing, but again, 2 out of 3, assuming it can hold the Kang, is not good, and I don't understand how we're getting to a stage where there's been so many advancements and now they're missing on such a basic thing where figures cannot hold the stuff they come with. You'd think that would be one of the primary elements of testing and designing these figures. So I might have to bump this down to a 3. Admittedly, I had a blast photographing them. They go so well together, they're so fun to pose, you can get some great shots and poses out of them. I'll keep the 3.5. Definitely some flaws, which is good for me, because I'm hoping they use this to iron out the issues for the 2003 release. But if you're an 80s fan, then yeah, this is a great set to have, but it's just got some minor flaws, actually quite major, that it can't hold many of the accessories, but they're good for display. But still, it is fun. It is, the extra hands are good. The weapons that they hold are good, Leo can sheath his swords, that's cool. Shredder doesn't have a sheath for his, but he comes with a sword, which is a nice addition, because that's, not necessary for Shredder as a character. So that actually feels like an extra add-in. But yeah, a 3.5 effort. It could have been better. They do look great, they don't move as well as they should have, and the accessories are not sculpted to the right proportions, which is unfortunate. But otherwise, if you like Ninja Turtles, this is a great set to pick up. And hopefully you can get all 4, because they're still out there, but a bit difficult to find, so good luck. Anyway, if you want to see more reviews, we have plenty, and you can go to Figure Fights and Hero House to see the action figures in action. They're a great time. Thank you for watching, all the best, and hopefully I'll see you again. Bye!